So, why the relocation to San Francisco? Well, first, let me tell you a little about San Francisco. The city by the bay in California is a city surrounded by the Pacific Ocean. It's known for its hilly landscape, year round fog, iconic Golden Gate Bridge, cable cars, and colorful Victorian houses. The financial district's Transamerica Pyramid is its most distinctive skyscraper. In the bay sits Alcatraz Island, site of the notorious former prison. The city has a density of about 18,187 people per square mile, making it the most densely settled large city in the state of California and the second most densely populated major city in the U.S. after New York City. As for why relocation is a smart move, Microsoft must innovate and compete with the globe's best. What better way to do that than to move the headquarters to a city that attracts great innovators? Due to its diverse service economy, with employment spread across a wide range of professional services, including financial services, tourism, and increasingly high technology, San Francisco is an attractive city for investors and talented people who are highly risk averse. Competition opportunity in San Francisco is fierce, which will force the corporation to create an environment that gives top talent the chance to build market share grabbing products targeting big markets.
Recommendations to ease transition and when to communicate it and how to explain the hiring and firing process to employees. My recommendation to ease transition would be to give employees a lump sum of about $3,000 as a moving expense. There's other benefits out there that people do as far as help paying mortgage payments if the house doesn't sell, or making sure that the employee gets the appraisal price of the house since that is their most invested property. But I don't think this is the best approach for us because it's not a set number, so there's no telling how much we will wind up spending towards the end of the moving. As far as communicating to employees when we're moving and how we're doing it, and where we're moving, would be to do it around the first of the year to give them at least 3-4 months, maybe even 6 months to get their affairs in order, put their house on the market, make sure their kids finish out the year where they're at so they can enroll them in a new school that gives them in the summer to move, get relocated, get their stuff in their new house, and it even gives the spouse enough time to find a job in the new area. As far as the hiring and firing process goes, I think we should recommend to our employees that when we relocate, we would love to have them with us. However, if they choose that relocating is not the best fit for them or their families, then we can do our best to help them find other jobs in any other area and make sure HR helps them in the process as well. When we relocate, the hiring process, I think we should look for qualified employees, maybe new hires out of college that have more innovative experience. California does have, and San Francisco does have, a pretty high unemployment rate, which means there's a lot of potential candidates that we can choose from, and that process will take some time with HR. But I think moving to San Francisco and California would be a very smart investment for our company.
Anytime there's a relocation of entire business or company, it usually can be a pretty tough transition, not only on the employee but as well as the employer, especially with the transition being from Washington to California. This is just is a huge move for everyone, and it'll turn everyone's lives upside down. So we believe communication is key in keeping things moving smooth. A couple things to stay away from would be no rumors, no talks around the office, stuff that what could be happening, making the employees nervous. Uh, we should know the specific details about what's moving and why the company's moving. Is it because of tax incentives? Is it because of cheaper shipping? What's the time frame? When are these things going to start? When's things going to start falling into place? Who and why did the people get chosen to get laid off? Why did they get chosen? The ones get chosen to relocate. With any change like this, there will be negatives, none worse than the loss of jobs. Obviously, there would need to be meetings to explain and not be sympathetic, but just realistic and have a good understanding and go over any compensations, if any at all. This phase of relocating is always hard on everyone, and just doing it within a timely manner, making sure it happens with everybody being able to know ahead of time and not just get rushed into this and then lose their job on Friday and get a pink slip. That leaves bad taste in everybody's mouth, and that's not good business at all.
So when is a great time to move to California?
A good time to move to California is between the months of June and July. June and July are summer months, as you know, and a lot of kids are out of school, therefore the move will be easier.
A move to California through the months of June to July is a great thing for families. Summers, school is out, which means children are able to start into school for a new fiscal year. College semesters will be soon starting, and Microsoft is great for online usage via email, OneDrive, documents, and calendar planning.
Another good reason to move in June and July are weather conditions. The next few slides will have a few weather conditions that California faces. One of the major weather conditions that California faces are earthquakes. Earthquakes are caused when the tectonic plates rub up against each other, causing ripples in the Earth's crust. This is the number one weather issue that California faces.
Another weather condition that California faces are tornadoes. A tornado is a mixture of hot and cold air that causes a swirl of dust particles with damaging wind speeds.
Being on the Pacific coast, California also faces hurricanes. Hurricane season for the Pacific coast is May 15th through November 30th. Hurricanes are pretty much tornadoes on water.
Another weather condition that California has are droughts. Droughts are when there's a lack of precipitation in the atmosphere.
Not only do droughts hurt agriculture, it also causes wildfires. California is covered by 45% of forest. If these forests are threatened, civilization will suffer due to the damage that can be caused by a simple flame igniting a massive forest.
Even though these weather conditions are extreme, they are also unpredictable.
However, we do think it's a good time to move to San Francisco from Redmond, Washington, because we are offering 14 days of paid move, and also it's easier for families to relocate and transition during the summer months. Not only is it a good time to move for families, the IT industry is projected to increase by 22% in 2020. If we move now, we will be able to be above the curve and have a great foothold in the industry.